What am I saying? What does it mean to be rich toward God? It means to acknowledge gratefully that everything that we have comes from God. And then to make an effort to use what we have for the glory of God. That's what it means to be rich toward God. One day, this very rich businessman invited his pastor to his palatial mansion that was on hundreds and hundreds of acres in Texas. They had an exquisite dinner at his house, and he was really trying to impress his pastor. So after dinner and after dessert, they walk out on his front porch, and the rich man looks at the pastor, and he said, "Pastor, 25 years ago, I was broke. I didn't have anything." He said, "But look at me now." He said, "Pastor, look as far as you can see to the east, and everything you can see, all of those oil wells, they belong to me." Then he said, "Pastor, look as far as you can to the north, and all of those fields of grain, they're all mine." And then he said, "Pastor, and now I need you to look to the west." And he said, "You see all those herds of cattle? They're all mine." And he's feeling real good about himself. And he said, "Pastor, look to the south." He said, "You see all that beautiful forest?" He said, "All you got to do is just look beyond that, and you won't even be able to see much further, because everything you lay your eyes on, it all belongs to me." He was expecting the pastor to compliment him on his success. But then the pastor looked at him. He says, "I see how much you have in that direction." He says, "I see how much you have in that direction." He says, "I see how much you have in that direction." And then he says, "I see how much you have in that direction." He said, "What I want to know is how much do you have in that direction?" He said, "What I want to know is, have you been rich toward God?" And that is the question on the table today, ladies and gentlemen. It's nothing wrong with having an investment in that direction and being proud of it. It's nothing wrong with having money in that direction. And it's nothing wrong with any direction, but if you miss that direction, then you and I would be like the man described in the parable. Nothing but a rich fool. Let's pray.